So today we're going to talk about the future. So episode 5, 6, 7, and 8. But you know all the book stuff and you're on the internet with all the leaks because I've been trying to avoid them. Let's not spoil the thing with God's Eye involved.
There's no way God's Eye, even though one might argue narratively God's Eye would be pretty cool to end on.
It should be the end. But we want certain people at press tours.
Yes. And also they probably think budget-wise we want that to be a standout moment of the season.
So my question to you is, what the fuck's happening this season?
There's been a lot of battles and things being condensed. As we saw, like a lot of these river battles were very much condensed. Like fighting the Lannisters was like a few battles condensed into one. In the coming up, it was coming up for the rest of the season.
I was going to say that because I don't think anything interesting is going to happen next week. Not visually, at least, because obviously with a trailer, you want a lot of shit to happen.
They try to make it seem like Roddy the Ruin is in Tumbleton, but I don't think he is. I think that he's going to be fighting Criston Cole. I think Criston Cole won't see it out at episode 6, potentially.
I think Criston Cole is going to be getting a lot of screen time next episode and the one after of him being scrappy, or even worse, they're going to focus it on the river battles. We won't see much of him, but that'll be the thing.
It'll be a few weeks and these damn guerrilla tactics are fucking us off.
Because he's dirty in the trailer.
Yeah. We do see Alan with a funeral procession, which got some people worried they were going to kill the sea snake, but I think that's just going to be technically Jace was Velaryon, so I think we're going to see a Jace funeral.
Oh, okay.
Would be my thought. It's what some people thought online because they were thinking, are they going to change that much? Because now the Sea Snake is off fighting the Triarchy invaders because he just needs a fight.
Yeah.
I doubt we're
so
going to see that.
So this is just a delayed filling time with Jace's funeral thing? Because if they kill Corlys, that's off screen then.
But also, we saw in season 1, Velaryons are meant to be buried at sea.
But what's going to happen with Ormund?
I think Tumbleton's going to end up being the big battle. Since we're in the spoiler talk, Ulf and Hugh are going to do the old betrayal.
Yes. Ulf is a very obvious betrayal because he's been getting shit on for a while now.
Hugh has the emotional reason.
Yes. So something bad has to happen to the wife.
Or something there is a threat.
I guess it could just be, I give you your wife back if you work for me.
They've now made the connection with Daeron that Daeron will feel guilt for killing Hugh's brother-in-law, essentially, and will probably want to atone for it. Because in the book, it said we do not know why they did it. And the book wonders if Daeron and Ormund simply offered them a better deal than what Rhaenyra was giving them. And I can see Ormund going to Ulf, because Ormund's desperate.
Yeah, Ulf would definitely want it. Hugh the Hammer, I think, has to be either
emotionally
if you
persuaded.
Don't, we'll kill your wife.
Yeah.
Or if you do, you get your wife back.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they're going to figure out that Hugh the Hammer's wife is Hugh the Hammer's wife. Because, like, how do you make that connection? Is she going to be like, that's my husband, and then someone will overhear it?
Yeah, and it's annoying because they've took away the High Towers being attacked by other reach houses on the way up, and that's when Daeron finally takes flight and saves his uncle Ormund on the dragon, and his uncle knights him Daeron the Daring.
Right.
But in this, he's still the squire, so I think we're going to get a condense of that.
So Daeron has to do something daring.
Yeah, to warrant the name.
The name does feel like something they wouldn't get rid of. Like, Condor loves to get rid of shit.
Yeah.
But, like, he'll be like, oh, this plot point from here, this is now mine.
Exactly.
So what could he do, I guess?
Yeah, because Ormond's bagging on, if we at least get Vagar here, we'll be right. If we at least get the Storm Ends down, we'll be right. But he's not getting it. And so it seems like it's meant to be Daeron's going to have his hero moment. But that dragon can't deal with those two dragons.
No, the most they could do is Daeron goes to have a chat with him. But again, I'm struggling to figure out how they're going to find out about Hugh the Hammer or Ulf, unless Ulf of his own volition is like, I could offer to get a better deal.
And that's what's interesting because in the book, we don't know the emotions of this. Ulf, Hugh, Adams, and Daeron, all 4 of them fucking die in Tumbleton. The only dragon that survives is Ulf's dragon, and she's very sad that Vermithor died.
Yep. I mean, that will condense it for season 4 at least. That's crazy. To introduce him and kill him 3 episodes later.
I think there won't be 2 battles of Tumbleton. There'll be 1. I think Roddy the Ruin and all that will deal with Criston Cole, make their way down, and then we'll have all these dragons are here, let's fucking go. The moral twist will be that those 2 dragons turn on sea smoke. They might even throw Daemon there.
We've got episode 5 and 6, which are set up for the battle, and then we'll have 7 be the battle, 8 will be the cooldown. We are going to waste a lot of time next episode, but we already know that we got to do Cole's whole thing, so I believe it.
I think Aegon will do shit work, and I think end of 6, 7 will get the dragon. Maybe Larys will come, but he will fly to Dragonstone. And he will wait at Dragonstone.
Aegon is literally just going to continue doing shit work during maybe his 40-minute episode, and then his dragon will wake up.
Because, as we know, because we're in spoilers, when Rhaenyra gets there, Aegon and Larys have mysteriously disappeared. Never mentioned ever again. She goes back to Dragonstone after fleeing King's Landing, and he's there. Sister, die, burn, done. We don't know. George obviously was like, I don't fucking know what to do with him. And in that, he was meant to be brain-addled by milk of the poppy.
Yeah.
Like, he was meant to be half mad.
But now he's an assassin. He's ready.
But now he's being humbled. Once again, what are we going to do next season? Because his thing in the book is that when he gets Sunfire back, doesn't kill Baelor, but he kills Baelor's dragon in the fight.
Okay.
Because the whole point of this is that the dragons have to be killed. So
Yeah.
we have to get rid of these bastards.
And we do have a lot left to get rid of.
We have a lot to get rid of.
Which puts more credence on the Tumbleton will be a massacre for dragons.
Yeah, because they have to kill off lots of them.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting that we've just been introduced to Daeron, that he will be wiped out, probably with Lord Ormund and everyone by the end of this season. I think I was surprised when we were getting Tumbleton. I was like, oh, well, Tumbleton's going to be the big end for this. They're going to
I think
Tumbleton.
it has to be.
I thought Tumbleton would be a mid-season. I think it would be the Rook's Rest.
Yeah. Cole will be the mid-season.
Yeah.
Cole and the river.
But then it makes sense because this stuff collapses pretty quick.
Daemon will be busy for a lot of the time because Daemon and Nettles / Rhaena are going to be hanging out.
Do you think he's going to go back?
Well, there's definitely some stuff in that trailer of Rhaena is doing stuff again, and you've got something heavily pisses off Rhaenyra. So it's the coming weeks trailer, so that could be the betrayal of Ulf that pisses her off, or that could be she discovers Daemon lied.
Well, that's it, because in the book, because of their betrayal, she becomes very suspicious of all bastards, because in this world, the bastards born of sin are then sinful.
Yep.
She orders Daemon, who's in the Riverlands, to kill Nettie and send her the head, and he doesn't. Sends her away because he started shagging her. But in this, it'll be that it's his daughter.
So Daemon's busy.
Well, there's a shot of Daemon in a fight, which looked like it was at Tumbleton.
So you reckon he goes to Tumbleton, not the Riverlands?
He's basically, his next big thing is hang out with Nettles, trying to find Aemond, who's like just keeps attacking the Riverlands but going away.
I don't think they can drag that out long enough.
No,
though.
because are we going to do father-daughter on a hunt together, trying to rebuild a relationship, and then people misinterpret it and going, he's hanging out with this dragon rider, and we think he might be fucking
but
her?
That definitely sounds like a season 4 thing. So, but dragging out so much if they start it this season.
I think they have a vested interest in Matt Smith doing things. The idea that he will be involved in Tumbleton isn't too insane to think, because they're going to want dragon on dragon and all that. And since they probably are going to condense the two Tumbleton situations anyway, it'll be interesting to see. But I am curious that we're introducing Daeron, and if we do kill him, then there will be a bit of a, what was the fucking point?
Yes.
If Ormund has this whole idea for fashioning his boy for the throne, but he's now going to live and die in fucking Tumbleton,
That's the throne, baby.
I think they're going to want a clear antagonist, and maybe they're putting Aemon on pause because he will become the big antagonist for season 4.
I think it'll be split between him and Aegon. If we're getting that 40 minutes of Aegon, I don't think Aegon's disappearing like he does in the book.
I don't think Aegon's just going to go sit at Dragonstone to the very end.
Because they can't put Cole and Tumbleton in the same episode. Maybe next episode is our 40 minutes of Aegon.
If that's true, I think if the next episode was like, we've just had Rhaenyra at the highest of heights doing the day in and day out, and now we're going to have Aegon as the shit worker and have that be 30 minutes, that could be interesting.
It seems interesting, but I don't think we're doing it because like he doesn't have enough to do. Like it would just be him shoveling shit
work
for that long.
If they did it well, I'd be interested. But then also it just feels a little bit too little too late with a character like Aegon. But I'm just trying to think what the actual end point is going to be. Like, where do we end? I don't know if they're going to have Elena straight up kill herself, but because she does apparently in the book, but we'll see. I can't see the clear emotional point in it. Maybe you lot can. Where do you think this is actually going to end? Because the last one I felt was it's going to be her on the throne, tears down her eyes, and
it would have been technically.
It would have been.
So yeah.
So I can't find the clear emotional point where this season will end.
I think it's also messed up the plotting, the fact that we are on episode 4/2. Because it's both of them, I think that's kind of making it a lot harder to plot.
I wonder if they had the full 10 and then they got 10 this season, we would have ended on God's Eye, and that would have been the emotional punch.
Yeah, when you plot it out like that, it makes so much more sense.
And they're going to want to hype God's Eye for season 4.
Yeah, for sure.
Tune in for that. Yeah,
that'll be the Rook's Rest of next season.
For sure.
So yeah, it's just so stretched.
Yeah.
And it happened last season as well. We were very positive on the first 4.
Yeah.
And then we slowly got less and less. And I think they're going to do that again to us this time. Well, what do you think they're going to do over the next 4 episodes? Because we're halfway through the season, so plot them out for us. What do you think is going to happen in 5, 6, 7, and 8? Obviously, 7 is definitely Tumbleton. There's no way around that.
Yeah.
So 6 has to be Cole, probably. And then it's like, oh, the big middle of the season. Yeah, plot them out for us. Help us. Toodaloo.